In this video, we're going to look at a couple of algebraic angle word problems. In example number 4, it says that an angle is 6 less than twice its complement. Find the angle and its complement. All right. When we approach a word problem algebraically, remember that we're going to solve this in 5 steps. Okay. Step number 1 is going to be to come up with the let statements that are going to represent our unknowns. Okay, here we're talking about angles and complements. Complementary angles, if you remember, are two angles that have a sum of 90 degrees. So they would make a right angle. So if I drew a picture, okay, I would have something that looked like this, where I have two angles, and together they form this right angle. So I'm going to write a let statement for each one of these angles. One of them is going to be the original angle, and the other one is going to be its complement. By reading carefully, we're told that an angle is 6 less than twice its complement. All right, so they gave me some information here about the angle. The angle is 6 less than twice the complement. However, they haven't given me any information about the complement. So when I define my variable, I'm going to use x in this example. Let x equal. All right, since I don't have any information about the complement, I'm going to use x to represent the complement. Okay, well, if x is the complement and the angle is 6 less than twice the complement, I'm going to use another let statement in order to represent the angle. Okay, now again, x is the complement. The angle is 6 less than twice the complement. Twice the complement would have to be 2 times x, since x represents the complement. And then to be 6 less than that, I'm going to have to subtract 6. All right, so 6 less than twice the complement. The angle is 6 less than twice the complement. This is what we're going to use to represent the angle. Okay, so if I were to label these, I can call that one x, and I can call this one 2x minus 6. Now I'm ready for the second step, which is going to be to create my equation. All right, together, these two angles form a 90-degree right angle. So I'm going to take the first angle, x, and I'm going to add to that the second angle, which is 2x minus 6. And those two angles together have to add up to 90 degrees because they are complementary. Combining like terms, x and 2x makes 3x. So we have 3x minus 6 equals 90. And now we'll add 6 on each side. 3x is equal to 96. And now we'll divide each side by 3 to give us x equals 32. And that's step number 3, which is the solved equation. In step 4, we're going to do a quick check just to make sure that our algebra was good. Rewrite the original equation, x plus 2x minus 6 equals 90. Replace x with our answer. We think it's 32. So 32 plus 2 times 32 minus 6 equals 90. And now follow order of operations. 2 times 32 makes 64. If I add 32 and 64, I get 96. And finally, 96 minus 6 is 90. So 90 equals 90. And that checks. And now I need to give the values of the angles. So back up here, x was the complement and x equals 32. So the complement must be a 32-degree angle. To get the measure of the angle itself, I'm just going to substitute in 32. 2 times 32 minus 6, since it was 2x minus 6. 2 times 32 is 64. Minus 6 equals 58. So the angle itself must have been 58 degrees. And again, you can do a quick check. 32 plus 58, that does add up to 90. So we know that we have done our algebra correctly. All right, the original angle was 58 degrees, and the complement was 32 degrees. In the next example, we're told that the measure of an angle is 20 degrees less than 4 times the measure of its supplement. Find the angle and its supplement. So if we recall, supplementary angles are two angles that add up to 180 degrees. So they're going to form a straight angle. Okay, so I'm going to have this angle here and this smaller angle here. And together they form this straight angle, which we know is 180 degrees. Let's start by making our let statements. Okay, let x equal, now I have to figure out which angle I don't know anything about. They tell me that the angle is 20 degrees less than 4 times the supplement. Okay, so they've given me some information about the angle, but they haven't told me anything about the supplement. So let x equal the supplement. Okay, if x is the supplement, then we're going to let, well, the angle is 20 less than 4 times the supplement. X is the supplement, so 4 times the supplement would have to be 4x. And 20 degrees less than that, minus 20, this expression is going to represent the original angle. Okay, so if we were to set up our equation now, which is actually step number 2, all right, step number 2, make the equation. Well, I have to take both angles and add them together. So x, the supplement, plus 4x minus 20, the original angle, they add up to 180 degrees. Combining like terms, x and 4x is 5x, minus 20 is 180. We'll add 20 to each side, which makes 5x equal to 200. And then if we divide by 5 on each side, then we know that x is going to have a value of 40. So there's step number 3. We know that x is 40. Step number 4, let's do a check. Okay, the original equation said x plus 4x minus 20 equals 180. X is 40, so we'll have 40 plus 4 times 40 minus 20 equals 180. And order of operations, we'll multiply first. 4 times 40 is 160. 40 plus 160 is 200. And finally, 200 minus 20 is 180, so the check works out. And now let's get the measures of the angles. Okay, well, x, the supplement angle, that was this value down here, so we know that's going to be 40 degrees. So we could say right there, x equals 40 degrees. And to get the angle itself, it was 4x minus 20, so we'll do 4 times 40 minus 20. 4 times 40 is 160, and take off 20 to get 140. So the angle itself must have been 140 degrees. 4x minus 20, that was 140 degrees. And again, just add those together. 40 plus 140 is 180, which is the measure of a straight angle. So again, we know that the original angle was 140 degrees and the supplement was 40 degrees.